Most times, not always, but most times, leasing a car is Hello everyone, it's so nice to have you back. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Angie. Today we are going to talk about the difference between buying and leasing a car so that you can make a confident and informed choice. Let's get to it. So let's first talk about the definition of both so you can clearly differentiate them. I will not be going into full depth about what each consists of because it's a lot, but I can definitely make a separate video on that. I am sure most of you guys are familiar with what it means to buy a car. When you buy a car, you will most likely end up financing it unless you pay everything with cash. Now, when you lease a car, there's so much that goes into it, but you'll basically get a fixed term. You will be paying a monthly price for that car. This is contingent upon how many miles they give you per year and the depreciation of the car. They will also show you the residual value, which is basically just the appreciation of the lease. At the end, if you like to buy the car, then you can. It's all up to you. Okay, I want to be as organized as I can because I know that I can go all over the place and I will lose you. For that reason, I'm going to present to you a beautiful T-chart. On one side, we are going to have leasing a car, and on the other side, we are going to have buying a car. The first point that I want to talk about is that when you purchase the vehicle, you have to pay the full sales tax. The only way of getting around this is if you purchase the vehicle in one of the 5 states that do not have general tax, like Montana. If you open up an LLC in the state of Montana and purchase a vehicle, you will not pay sales tax. This is why you see a lot of luxury cars with the license plates from Montana, Delaware, Alaska, Oregon, New Hampshire. When you lease a car, you will only be paying taxes for the amount that you will be paying, not the full car. You do have the option to buy the car at the end. If you choose to go that route, then keep in mind that you will end up paying the full sales tax. If you are someone that commutes to work every single day, perhaps you drive an hour and a half to get to work, like me, and then buying a car will benefit you more in that aspect because you are going to put a lot of miles on it. The good thing about buying a car is that you have unlimited mileage, so you can evidently drive it till it crashes down. When you lease a car, you will have mileage restrictions. I wouldn't recommend you driving it everywhere because then you run into the issue of going over. If you do go over, then it's okay. You have 3 options, okay? 1, if you go over just a little, then pay the fee. 2, if you go over a little more, but not to the point where it devalues it so much, then you can either sell or turn it in. Yes. 3, if you go over a drastic amount, then it's just cheaper to buy the car. Another difference is that when you buy a car, you are responsible for the warranties and maintenance. Anything that the car needs is solely up to you. And at times, it can get expensive. When you lease a car, you don't have to worry about maintenance. Oftentimes, it's included. You save money on that part. This leads me to my other point, customization. When you buy a car, it's all yours. That's why you are responsible for maintenance, and that is why you can customize your car however you like. You can do a complete 360 on it. You can transform it, do a makeover. When you lease a car, you don't really got that option. You can maybe do little things to it, but nothing drastic. Another thing that is very different about buying a car and leasing a car are the damages. If you get in a car crash or you damage something, then you have to get it fixed before your lease is up, or they will charge you for all of that. When you own your own car, if you buy your car, then you don't have a deadline. You don't have to stress about getting it fixed ASAP. You can have it beat up if you want. No rush. Now, a big difference between both are the payments. Most times, not always, but most times, leasing a car is cheaper than buying a car. The only reason why it wouldn't be cheaper is if you were to have bad credit. If you have bad credit, you can still lease a car, but your interest is going to be super high. And it may result in your payments being higher than you actually buying it. Another way that buying a car might be cheaper is if you buy a car that has taken its bulk of appreciation. Then you stick to that one car. You pay it off and you drive it till it breaks on you. Unlike you buying a car and paying it off, when you lease a car, you are always going to have monthly payments. The only difference is that you're going to be driving a new car every few years. If having nice, expensive, luxury cars appeal to you, then lease. If you honestly don't care what you drive, you just want to get from point A to point B, then buy a cheap car. When you lease a car, you do have a really good advantage. You can do a tax write-off. Have it benefit you when you do your taxes. We all love that, right? In my opinion, I don't necessarily recommend you investing into cars just because it is a depreciating asset. But if buying one benefits you more, then don't let that stop you. Always remember that you can build equity. And if you are done with that car, you can always sell it and get something better than nothing. Just be careful not to get yourself into an upside down situation where you buy a really nice car and it devalues so much that you can only sell it for a certain amount because the market value for that vehicle is less than what you owe. That is all I got for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you. And if this video was valuable to you in any way, then I'd highly appreciate it if you were so kind and lovely to share, like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you were born to make mistakes, not fake it.